What is ABAP data dictionary? Transaction code to access the ABAP dictionary is SC11, and if you want to go through the menu path, it is Tools, ABAP Workbench, Development, ABAP Dictionary. We'll see a screen like this. So let's open SAP, go to SC11. So this is the ABAP Dictionary screen, or we can also go through the menu option like Tools, ABAP Workbench, Development, ABAP Dictionary. So what is ABAP Dictionary actually? ABAP Data Dictionary is a tool provided by SAP for centrally create, view, and maintain the data definitions related to the database object. We can use the ABAP Dictionary to create objects like table and views, and it is also used for the creation and maintenance of global user-defined data types, data elements, domains, structure, and table type, etc., which can be accessed through a ABAP program. What are different components of an ABAP data dictionary? The different components of a dictionary are like data types, database table, views, type group, log object, search help, domain, and etc. Inside data types, there are data element, structure, and table type. So first we'll understand what is a database table. A database table are the collection of fields which contain physical data. So we can say it is an object that stores data in the form of rows and columns. Take an example from this screenshot. Every new record in this country and product table are stored row wise, and this table contains the column as the country, product, and sales. To understand the concept of database table in more detail, we'll do one transition in SAP screen, and then we'll observe the values. So let's create a material with T code MM01. MM01 is a transaction code for the creation of material master. If company having different products, for each product they create a unique material ID. So go to MM01. Here I am selecting my industry sector as construction, and material type is FERT. Press enter. Basic data 1. I am entering my description as laptop. My base unit of measure is EA, and material group I am entering as M122. So this is I am creating one material code for my one product laptop. Save. So material 526 is created. So let me create one more. This time let's say charger. Again the base unit of measure will be EA. Depending on our requirement we can select, like if it is a charger laptop we can count as each. If it is area we can select the respective base unit of measure. If it is dozen, select a dozen. So extra requirement we have to select the base unit of measure. Again I am entering the same material group and I save it. Now we created two material code 526 and 527. So where did data get stored? Whatever we entered on the screen, let it display with T code MM03 527. Now where this all data get stored and from where it is coming back on the screen. So this all data get stored in a database object which is called as table, and it is stored in the form of rows and columns. So what is rows and columns? So first, how to find out in which table this data get stored. For that, place the cursor here, press F1, go to technical name, and here you can see the table name is Mara, M-A-R-A, and the field name is means, MEINS. Either we can double click here or you can go through SC11. So I will go through SC11 and the database table name is Mara and display. So inside the table, we can see there are different fields. Every table can contain many number of fields depending on the database design. Each field of the table must be unique. Means if you assign one field name as Matnar, there cannot be other field with the same name. This is about the fields. All the fields come as a column. Now we created two records. To check the record of this database table, here click on contents. We have created 526 and 527. Execute. We can see every record is stored in the form of a row. Okay, so every record when we create, that is stored in the form of a row, and all the fields of that database table are coming as a column. Like we enter the base unit of measure, we enter the material group, this is the material type. Okay, so we can say a database table is an object which is used to store data in the form of rows and columns. Now what are the other components of a database table? Every table has at least one key field. What is the meaning of key field? With a unique combination of key field, one record gets stored. Means here, if my material ID is 526 and I have only one key field here as Matnar, so there cannot be other material with the same ID 526 as my key field is only one. So every database table has key field and there can be up to 16 key fields maximum. For understanding in more details, take other example here. I have a country table. For country, I have one key field. Forget about SPRS as of now. Consider this landmark as a key field. And I'm defining the country IDs like Israel, India, IQ, Iraq, etc. So in the country table, I will have only one key field. For each country, there will be only one ID. Okay, but inside a country, if I want to maintain the state IDs, then the key field will be, the first key field will be the ID of the country, that is IN, and second key field will be the state. Now, for country and state combination, there cannot be third key field because only with two key fields we can make a unique record. Like for country India, the state ID for Maharashtra is 13. So there will be only single record with a combination of IN and 13. So the key field makes a unique combination of the record. So this is about the key field of the table. Now in SAP, there is a concept called two-level data element and domain. Now for every field, there is a data element assigned here. We can see this is data element. At this level, we can say our data element gives the label to the field. Like here in the field label, we have material. So on the screen of MM01, you can see the field label as material. Okay. There is a big definition of data element that we'll see in detail. As of now, consider as this data element gives the label to the material field, to the field name. Here if you see, it is base unit of measure. Double click on data element. You can see the base unit of measure, and on the screen that corresponding label is coming. That is base unit of measure. Now If you double click in the data type, there is a concept called domain. Again, to understand this in more detail, go to Matnar, double click on this domain. This domain gives the data type of the field, whether it is a character field, to what is the length of the field. That all is assigned by the domain. A field can be of character, a field can be of date, a field can be of like quantity. If you see here, like here I have the gross weight, and this is the quantity field. So for quantity field I cannot write ABC, okay, because it is a quantity field. Similarly, we have date field, we have quantity field. So basically our data type gives the technical properties, or domain gives the technical properties to a field, like its data type, the length of the field, that is assigned through a domain. Let's understand more details. What about exactly data types, what is the data element, and what are the domains. A data type defines the technical characteristics of a variable. We can say a table field. In any programming language, we will not be able to differentiate the data until its type is defined at the operating system level. So what is meant by data type? If you are defining a name, let's say a name is MS Dhoni. So here the name contains the characters between A to Z. So for the name, we have data type like C, that is character. Now let's say you have a database table where you want to maintain the monthly earning of an employee. So when we say earning, this means that this is the amount. So here for the amount, we require a data type of currency. Similarly, for defining the dates, we use the data type as dates. So in ABAP, there are three types of data types, like elementary, complex, and reference. The elementary types are also divided into two, that is the fixed length and the variable length. Like the character, the numeric number, date, time, pact number, integer and float. Those are called the keywords for the data type in SAP ABAP. And we can also use the string and X string that we'll see in the upcoming sessions. So in the first session, we can understand our data types gives the technical properties of a field that we assign at the domain level, and that domain is assigned to a table field. Okay, so this is how a table is defined. Along with this, there are technical settings, like this table contains which type of data, whether it is the master data or transaction data, that we'll see in detail. So as of now, at the initial level, understand that a database table is an object which stores the data in the form of rows and columns, which has the fields, and every field has a data element, and for every data element there is a domain. So we can assign the data type to a field, table field, in three levels. Either we can use the data element and domain, and we can assign the data type at the domain level, or instead of domain, we can directly assign the predefined type like character, dates, etc. at data element level only. So that's why in the second step, for a table field, we can have only field name and the data element. Means we can create a field without domain. Third one, we can also create a field with only data type, even without using the data element. If you go to main screen, so here we can see here is data element. So instead of data element, we can also use the predefined type like character, date, amount. So this is about the overview of a table in ABAP Data Dictionary. Tables are of three types. One is transparent table, second is pool table, and third is cluster table. The current table MARA, this is called the standard table because this is provided by SAP. If you want to create any customized table, that is also we can create with the same T code SC11, that we will see in the next section how to create our own database table. So this is about ABAP Data Dictionary table overview. So in the next, we'll create a customized table and we'll understand more detail about data dictionary tables.